Hi everyone, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we're creating 3 fun and easy designs that you can create for the upcoming Valentine's Day. The first one we are creating is a 6-inch base covered in white buttercream. We're going to be creating some flowers using a 104 piping tip, which are going to be little blossoms and some roses. I have these on baking paper squares. They're going to go into the freezer to rest for at least an hour so that we can handle these with our hands later without them melting. In the meantime, we're going to create a little heart frame. So I have 2 heart cookie cutters. We're going to stick that frame onto our cake with a little bit of water and then add edible silver pearls all along the inside and the outside. I have 2 fondant logs that I roll together to create the arrow, and then we're sticking our buttercream flowers to the cake with a little bit of buttercream behind. Then there's a 352 piping tip to create these little green petals, and your first Valentine's Day worthy cake is complete. For our second project, we're going to be creating a giant cupcake, which I think always works so nicely for Valentine's Day. We're going to pour some melted compound chocolate, I've chosen dark chocolate, into this silicone mold, let it set in the fridge, apply a second layer just to really strengthen it, and then poke it out of your mold. I'm going over it with edible gold luster dust. You don't have to apply anything to the chocolate. The luster dust will stick without any problems. I have a cake with a diameter slightly smaller than my cupcake case, and in between there we're adding some Jaffa chocolates. You can create a cake pop batter to give that sort of shape of a cupcake top. Alternatively, you can trim the cake down and carve it out instead. I'm using a number 1M piping tip with red buttercream to create the rosettes, and then we're going to dust some Maltesers with edible gold dust, apply them between the rosettes, and finish a cake off with, again, that number 352 piping tip for the leaves. This is probably a showstopper. It gets a lot of people, I think. Just the whole perfect shape of that cupcake is really impressive, I think. For our last design, we are going to be creating a buttercream cake again, decorated with some geometric hearts in chocolate. So some white chocolate I poured into these geometric hearts with the help of a spoon, pop it into the fridge to set, and then take a piping bag fitted with a 1M piping tip, 3 different colored buttercreams, and then we're going to be piping some rosettes in between our little hearts that we've just stuck onto a prepared buttercream crumb-coated cake. I have a green here, but I would recommend creating a crumb coat in the same color as the frosting that you are piping on, so it becomes a little bit more camouflage. You can also just make sure that you pipe into every single space so you can't see through to the crumb coat. I'm going to take 2 of those halves, stick them together, melt them, and stick them together. And that is it. That is how you create 3 fun and delicate Valentine's Day cakes that you can try this year. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you again in the next one.